Let's speak on it, people. Let's speak on it. Now, the way I see things are a little bit different. Others might see it in a whole nother light. That's cool. I get it. It is what it is. But Calvin Ridley, and I want people to understand, Calvin Ridley gets paid close to $11 million this season. That's what he would have taken home in the whole season that's coming up. About probably $10.6 million. That's what he would have took home. And he wanted to place a $1,500 bet that would have netted him somewhere from 37,000 in a parlay. Now, here's the problem I have with said picture. As people might be wondering, what is wrong right here? What is wrong with this picture? Well, we're finna go into what's wrong with that picture. What's wrong with that picture is clear. There's a double-edged sword, and this is the NFL once again not taking responsibility and lashing out at the players. They did it to Tom Brady in Deflategate, knowing that there wasn't a Deflategate at all. Knowing that there was no controversy, they went and had to because it was already in the media. And to cover up the fact that they just made a mistake and they looked stupid, they couldn't do that, so they had to act like it actually existed. And they had to suspend Tom Brady for 4 games, and he was dragging the NFL, spending his own money, dragging them to court, taking the case all the way to the Supreme Court, before the NFL kept dragging him out in the court till they forced him to have to cave and do the 4 games. Now, the NFL makes millions off of professional sports betting. Millions. They advertise sports betting. They even pay athletes to promote sports betting. Now that they've legalized and opened up sports betting to basically the whole world, till you don't even have to go out to the casino or to the bookies no more. There's no need to have a bookie. You could place your own bets. So that sports betting has been legalized. You've opened up this world to athletes. It's like putting somebody in a bar every day and then one day and telling them they can't drink. But they got to be in the bar every day around liquor, but they can't drink. How many athletes you think are betting on the games? That's like telling an athlete he can't compete in fantasy football or fantasy basketball. And he's out there trying to compete and get himself points in fantasy basketball. This stuff happens. So the NFL decided to spend him a whole season, which is excessive. And he might want to appeal. But you got what? A $1,500 bet that's going to cost you 10.6, $10.7 million. Because that's excessive. Because it's a double standard that you've legalized sports gambling and you use the athletes to promote it. And then the athlete bets on it, on the game. And I'm like, do they think other athletes are not? There's players that's made the practice squads that's probably out here legally sports betting. But if they're not smart enough, at least Calvin Ridley, I'm mad that the only thing I'm mad at him about is for being stupid. It's like, how could you not know this is the rule in the NFL? That's what get me. It's like, how do you not know that's a rule? That's one. Two, besides that, it's like, how do you not know this ain't cool? Right, you get a family member and do it through their account. You can't do it with a dummy. But then it's like, okay, but that's my thing is like this. If you want a sports bet, you go get your buddy or somebody else in your family members to go in the casino and place a bet. Or check this out. You get a family member to get the sports betting app. You just use the app and place the bets that way. Baseball Hall of Fame is stupid. That's why no one cares about it. That's why they on strike right now. Baseball has been ass backwards for a long time. Well, here's the thing. When you have other people surrounding you who don't have your best interests at heart, this is always going to be the results. There's a lot of people out here that don't have their best interests at mind when it comes to this thing. Sometimes there's players out there that have a gambling addiction. You never know. Well, of course, you don't expect somebody that's gambling to say they do have an addiction. I know my thing is, to me, I could walk away from it. Addiction is something you can't walk away from. If I wanted to walk away from gambling, I could walk away from gambling. If I can walk, if somebody said, "Hey, you can't drink no more, no more liquor," I could walk away from liquor. Now I'll sports bet because it's to add more excitement to the game for me, and more interest to watch the games that I don't normally watch. Sometimes I gamble out of boredom. I'll be like, I'm bored. Let's go hit the slots or something. Other than that, that's like playing a video game for me or something. But at least I have an upside. I could win some money out of it. But other than that, there's no real motivation. Now, let's get into the lady that plays for the lady that got her detained in Russia. What is it? Rimmer? Not getting chunky, getting tired, B. Getting tired. That's a whole different situation. Yeah, Brittany Rimmer or whatever. Well, anyway, Brittany got detained for having a, a substance in her damn vape. Now, the Russians are detaining her because they're trying to get leverage on the United States. This would have been something that they would have normally dealt with at the border, been a fine or whatever she was doing, and that'll be that. But going over to Russia to do any damn thing right now was dumb in the first damn place. I don't give a damn. Have you been reading the news? I ain't going nowhere. I'm like, what the hell is she doing in Russia? And why the hell would you try to smuggle something in Russia? Do you not know what's going on? Yes, we have a huge problem here. I mean, don't they realize it's a war going on? It's a war going on outside. Nobody's safe from. I don't care if the one block is warm with another block. I'm not, and the war ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not going on those blocks and they at war. That's what I'm like. She not reading the news? When you trying to smuggle some dope in? What's wrong with you? Now she's sitting over there detained, hoping that the United States can make a deal to get her butt out of there. Or she's facing like 10 years in Russia. Because you want to get high. Why wouldn't you use them as a bargaining chip? You know how much money Russia is losing a day in sanctions by the United States? Now they saying they're gonna use all their resources to get her out of Russia. Yeah, right. A black WNBA player. Good luck with that. It's gonna be 3 years from now, and we haven't forgot about Brittany Brenner. Yeah, yeah. We're working hard and diligently to get you out of there. Shoot, they ain't giving a damn. Now, if they detained Sue Bird, then yeah, they'd have been right there. Sue Bird, we're on our way. They're just sending jets and everything. If you don't release her, we're gonna start firing. Yeah, it don't make sense to beef with people, definitely on the internet anymore and things of that nature. But he said they talking about sending jets to Russia right now. um, I don't see it like that. I don't really see a lot of personalities getting in play to do any real damage. Their economy is going to lose billions. I don't know if they're losing 39 billion a day. No, I don't think they're doing that. But they're gonna lose billions with all the sanctions. We broke this all down on the Patreon today because we have like a bunch of Russian ties. Ourselves, in business that we are in, being brokers with fuel, and they're finna put sanctions on the oil and the natural gas from Russia, which hurts us, and this is why our gas prices are up sky high because this is going to hurt us and hurt them. The Russian Federation, they can't send boats to the United States or anything like that. So they have the middle ground, which is Rotterdam. And that's where they meet up at. The oil, the barrels go to Rotterdam, and then from Rotterdam to Houston, Texas. That's where you get the port. That's where you get the JP 54, the D6, D2 fuel. And now that they're putting sanctions on that, you're going to have a lot of fuel stuck at Rotterdam and can't come to the United States. They can't come anywhere. They're getting taxed on everything. So now, all the people you got contact with, all your businesses, everything is held up. So Well, that was Putin's plan. Putin knew that he would get sanctioned by the United States for what he was about to pull off. So, to cover his tracks and to cover his side, what he decided to do was move forward and he moved forward and decided that it would be in his best interest if he was to try to side with China, get some outside backing to protect him during um, this invasion, while he tried to take Ukraine. Well, the war is costing Putin a lot. Well, yeah, that's true, but you got to look at it. A lot of people don't want to damage their relationships that they have with the United States. Figuring that they make a lot of money based on doing business with the United States also. Well, when you start doing exhibitions or what they call showcase events, it's normally a very lucrative and profitable situation. Um, when people were going to Dubai to do shows, that's because they were paying very lucratively to go out and do these shows. Yeah, because see, they don't follow the culture of America. They see you as stars, and like 50 Cent is a huge star if he goes to Dubai. They don't know, like, they'll say, oh, 50 fell off musically here in the United States. In the culture, they're like, oh, he fell off. We like NBA Youngboy. They don't know who the hell NBA Youngboy is in Dubai. The majority of them don't. They not drilling over there overseas. Those guys don't travel. 50 traveled the whole European continent and while out toured doing shows. And a lot of these kids, they grew up watching and listening to 50 Cent and their music. So to them, 50 Cent is still large. They don't know anything about him falling off or the American culture, or if he's not popping really. So that's why Eminem could do a show overseas and do a tour. Eminem's just lazy. He could get up out of bed and go do a tour and make $100-some million a year. Easy. Because he's white and he can rap. You can just do his hits, perform your hits. You don't have to make a new song. Just do a tour. He don't want to get out of bed and leave his Michigan home to go do anything. Well, China got a problem. They don't really want to engage because they know, damn, if we engage there, we're risking, the United States cutting us off. They make more money with us than they do Russia. They distribute all their stuff here, and they was like, well, if you go to war with us, United States, then we won't send you more things that you want to go buy in the stores. Walmart's to be dried up. All the stuff they buy and make is basically from China. When you see them trains coming by, you see them freight trains, they say China on it. Yeah, well, the reputation has changed. It's like being outside and you were an alley cat and you was used to getting your milk in a bowl. Now you got to go out and fend for your food or you don't eat. You got to go hunt for your food. They meet in Switzerland. Now, they gave Eminem wealth. They gave him things that they gave no other rapper in the face of this planet. The number one selling hip hop artist. Why? Because he's white. He'll never have to worry about any of these things because he's white. If anybody complain or get upset with what's going on with Eminem, all they have to remember is one thing. He's white. Why did they let Eminem do this? Why did Eminem get to do that? He's white. They let him produce records, produce soundtracks from movies. Why? You know how many producers that are out there? You could have got Timbaland. You could have got Dr. Dre. You could have got all of these other people to do these movie soundtracks. Why the hell would you grab him then? Hmm? What has Eminem done on the production side that would be worthy of that? Mm-mm-mm. Remember, he's got the deal with DC movies. I mean, not DC, but Marvel, where he keeps doing like the soundtrack to like Venom. And he's got remember he had the video when he was Venom? It was ridiculous. I said, what the hell is this? What made it worse was the fact that they had a worser situation develop. You might say, well, what's that worser situation? The worser situation is you're looking at a part where it's blatantly stating to the masses. It's blatantly telling the masses. Eminem is a staple that we're going to use to make the whole world believe this guy is the best to ever hit the world. He's going to hit the world like a comet. No, Carcino is trying to fix all the light bulbs in the house that are out that I got to refill. That's what Carcino's doing. I don't know what you talking about. Putting my light bulbs in. There's two other bulbs here that I gotta replace. Ah! So I gotta move things around so I can get up there and get my Spider-Man on. So that's the only thing Cino was on. Well, no, they didn't. They don't do that for any other African American artist. Why would they give these things to Eminem? And Benzino brought a lot of this to light because they were allowing and giving allowances to Eminem that they didn't give to anybody else. And we thought that was pretty odd. Yeah, I'm back from watching Batman for the fourth time. And if you go to the Riddler's website, the actual website they got on there, they have some secret stuff that's in the movie and some keys to future movies that may be coming up. But I think it ties into the Arkham series that's going to come on HBO Max. It's an active website actually right now. Yep, damnedest thing I've ever saw. Now how I'm gonna get up here? Oh shit! Things you gotta do in the house, buddy. I gotta turn into Spider-Man in this damn. Woo! That's why I won't do 2 shows a night. Nope, I won't do it. I won't do it. These lights better hold. That's 2 down. I gotta move all these glasses. Bring them down. Bring them down. Bring these down. Well, 50's not stupid. 50 know Eminem is where the money is. And you want to be where the money is. So why would you go against the grain? Am I going to review a show that tried to make Aunt Viv look like a thought and make Ashley look like she's bi-curious? Do I really want to review that show? Yeah, exactly. Nobody is playing Eminem in the hood. Nowhere. The only time you hear Eminem is you go to a white bar. And I mean, they're playing all the Eminem songs you never even heard of. I'm like, what the hell is this? They've been playing Eminem since he turned into white Eminem. When you start doing that alternative, they don't play none of the real Eminem. They play that BS alternative, weird beard Eminem. They play, oh shit, they play that guy. Well, damn. Would be on the last one. Y'all want to pull some shit. Oh, they had this in here, stupid. That's why. Nah, I gotta fix it. It's always the hard way. There we go. Now that takes care of the kitchen. All the lights are in. Oh shoot, I forgot this light. Damn. Shit. I'll say that for tomorrow. I ain't getting up there. Okay. Now my night lights are in. See, now this is what it looks like at night. Got the night lights on. Now, shoot, I got a ladder, and that ladder be trying to throw my butt off of it. I'll be like, man, I set it down stable. As soon as I get on there, it just want to rock. Like, I'll be you trying to throw me off? What kind of ladder is this? This ladder, I'm telling you, boy, this ladder I got is habitual. Yeah, Grant is better than Scottie Pippen. It's just that Grant Hill played for the Pistons and he had injury problems that hindered his career. But yeah, he was better than Pippen. I mean, he averaged more points, rebounds, and everything else. Who's higher than the Pope? The Pope is just a puppet. He's the face. They elect popes. That's like electing a president. President don't run the country. They're there to keep people calm. No, Grant was better. I mean, even when he came back and played for Phoenix, he was great. Orlando, the same thing. Indeed. I know. So I don't understand like what the whole detachment is, but it's been a real problem. So yeah, we're only gonna stay on for like 2 more minutes. Thanks, T, for the super chats, man. I appreciate it. T Curry, ladies and gentlemen. Depends on where you stay at in Chicago. People are living in Chicago just fine. Deshaun Watson, I would say probably I see him going to Miami more than Washington. It's either there or the Skins. The Skins really want him, and Miami want him. So I'm not here to talk Patreon questions on One Crack News. The Washington Commanders. They still don't have a name. They just a football team. They should just call themselves the Skins and get it over with. The Bucks are back to having 4 fans in the country. That's funny. The Commanders are the new name of the Washington football team. The Skins are now the Commanders. Oh my God. Who voted for this name? I didn't heard it all now. Well, anyway, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.